one thing I had to tell you that cricket. I didn't understand before coming to
Yeah,
Pakistan.
because
I didn't understand what is cricket. I mean, what is cricket? Someone is throwing the ball and someone is hitting the
hitting
bat.
with the bat. Yeah.
But last week with my friends, we went to watch the match.
Yeah, I saw your status. You mentioned like Lala,
Lala,
and
Lala.
things like that.
I
I don't know that.
told him that I don't know this game, man. Teach me. He took me to the corner and we sat and everything that was happening on the pitch, he was explaining that this is a single run, double run, this is a LBW, and this is how he's going to
So
get out.
what?
After
LBW stands for.
leg before wicket.
Yeah. It's like So how was your experience watching the first game ever of the
Live,
cricket?
I didn't even know Shahid Afridi.
Yeah.
I've heard before, I think in some movie, something like that. But when I went there, everyone was la 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 la.
La la la.
La 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 la. I asked my friend, who's that?
You were like La La Land or something like that. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the third episode of the podcast with the international students. So today we have Faizaan Hoosseny with us, and he's from Mauritius. So how are you, Faizaan?
Fine, and you?
And in case you don't know where Mauritius is in the Africa, right?
It's not in the Africa, but it's in the Indian Ocean, and it's considered as an African country.
All right. So
It's an island.
it's most famous for like tourism, right?
Yeah, for tourism.
Yeah. So in case you don't know Mauritius, you can Google it, and it's the most beautiful country, one of the most beautiful country in the world, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you speak like, what's your national language? It's like Creole or something.
It's Creole.
It's Creole. It's almost, I think, one of your senior, Anas Chataro, he told me that the Creole is almost similar to the French.
Yeah, it's derived from the French language, but it has been evolved with the years, and it's more or like the same.
So it's kind of French, but there is a word you use at the end of each phrase. What's that word? What's that word?
That is because it's a long story. The thing is that we look like
Brown, yeah.
brown people, like Asian people,
Asian,
but we
like
speak-
Indian subcontinent
yeah,
people.
But we
right?
speak African language.
Yeah.
That's because our ancestors came from India and Pakistan before the partition.
Yeah, because I googled sometimes and I found that the Mauritian people are basically from the India and Pakistan. During the British reign, they brought some Indian people
Laborers.
in the Mauritius, and they settled. It was just an island with no human before,
Yeah, sure.
right?
When they they discovered the island, it was first the Dutch, then it was the French, then the British who conquered the island from the French, and then they brought our ancestors from India and Pakistan to develop the country.
To develop the country. So there is also a very popular thing. I don't know many people know or not, the Dodo, the bird,
The
right?
bird.
Yeah.
One of the most massive bird, and it was considered as the most tasty
Bird, right?
because we have chicken, we have ostrich and everything, but it was considered
The most tastiest. But sadly, it's extinct now. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was due to it couldn't fly.
Yeah,
was
it's a
that-
ground bird.
it
Yeah,
was,
I
it
saw
was
that.
a ground bird, and it was prey of the Dutch and British and everyone. So when they came, they used them as meat, refreshment, and everything. And they were the British and Dutch. When they came with their boat, they brought predators
Alright.
like monkeys, rat, and everything, and they would eat the eggs. They would lay their eggs on the
On
ground.
the ground, and the monkeys and the other things.
But there's a proverb, if you have heard in English, dead as a dodo. Dead as a dodo
yeah.
means being extinct.
Being extinct, yes. So there is a page on Facebook as well by the name of Dodo. I think you saw that. It's from there I saw that there is something like Dodo. Then I googled it and I found that Dodo is something. So how did you come to Pakistan? How did you get the motivation, or how did you get the opportunity to come here and study the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree? In fact, he's my junior, right? He's in second year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your motivation, or what's the story behind the coming here in Pakistan?
Actually, you know, my friend Anas Chataru.
Yeah,
He's
Anas
from
Chataru
he was
is
your
my senior, my immediate
so
senior.
I came through him.
Yeah. All right.
I wanted to do DVM, but I didn't choose Pakistan
All right.
at the first time.
Uh-huh.
First place I didn't choose Pakistan, but then because of some circumstances and financial problems, my family opted for Pakistan for DVM.
Oh.
Then we talked to Anas. We told him that I want to come. So he explained me everything. I was a little bit scared at the first.
Why? Why? Because of the image overall?
Yeah, the image that. But when I came here, it was like wow, the total opposite of what people said to me that you're going to Pakistan. I've heard that these countries like that, like that. And when I came here, there was, there were friends were already waiting for me. I came here, everyone was so welcoming.
Yeah, everyone is kind of very like the
So-
people here are so
yeah.
social and so friendly.
The one thing I've noticed when I came here, in our country, when we meet someone, we shake hands, say hi, hello. But here, we hug them.
Yeah.
This is the first thing that I noticed that is like the culture of Pakistan, and I loved it.
So, how's your overall experience till now? How's the fellows of you got to each other, and how's the things going? Like, how's your studies going right now?
Studies in my first semester, I was sick. I wouldn't mention what happened to me.
I know that what happened to him.
No, you don't. I lost almost 6 kgs in one semester, less than one semester.
6
kgs in
kgs.
2 months. I became very weak. I couldn't eat properly. So I was fed up. I wanted to go back.
Oh.
Then I sat with my friends and they told me, they explained me that it would take time for you to develop,
Settle here.
to adapt with the food.
So,
and everything.
didn't you ask Anas that how did he settle
He was
here?
also stuck at that moment with his. I didn't want to disturb him.
Oh,
He was
right.
busy. He was busy with his job and everything and something like that. So I didn't want to disturb him. But then my friend supported me, and I got friends. I got enemies. I got I got everything here. But that's life.
No, I saw that you are most popular with everyone here, and God knows you. Everyone is kind of, hey Faizaan, hey Faizaan.
Starting from the university or hostel guards till the. You can say the VC. I even know the VC. The VC even know me. He knows me. We had an interaction last week, I think. So basically, everyone knows me here. They know I'm a foreigner. And I'm very. I'm not saying that. They say that I'm a jolly person.
Yeah,
So-
I know that you are. Okay, so how's the thing going here? Like, are you enjoying staying here right now? And what are your plans after graduating from here?
Right now, I'm enjoying my studies because when I first came, the studies were tough for me. I came very late. I think 1 week before the mids. So it was very tough for me to adapt. But now, as the seniors told us, you have to study 1 week, even one night before the exam. That's not an issue. But I got with the trend, and they are. So, and after my degree, I think I'm planning, hopefully, that I will do my job in Mauritius only, and if ever I will get a chance to go abroad, I will try. But first priority is Mauritius.
Mauritius, of course. So, in which practice you wanna go? Like, do you wanna do small animal practice, some government job, or some other kind of stuff?
See that my father has a fattening farm,
Right?
so
The cattle fattening farm.
cattle fattening farm. So I told my seniors, I told my friends that my father has a fattening farm. My brothers work in them. I also used to work with them. So they told me, why don't you go in large
Animal
animals,
practice,
ruminants and
of
all.
course.
So I said, our country is small, as you know. There's no such competition in our country
yeah.
for the ruminants and all. But for the pets, there's a huge demand. I'm thinking the point of view of the job. The thing is that nowadays in every house we have a pet,
right.
pet, a dog, a cat, or a bird, something like that. So I would prefer to go in pets only.
Alright, so there is like, you mean there is a lot of money in the pet side, but in fact there is a competition, but there is a lot of money in pets.
Competition, maybe you can say there's competition because, as I told you, we don't have a veterinary school, veterinary college
Yeah.
in our country. So everyone has to go abroad to study doctor of veterinary medicine. So I don't think such of a competition, but if there will be competition, we will face it.
Alright. So do you have any relative or someone you know already in the veterinary field
have earnest.
How did you get the idea of doing this DVM?
Actually, it was not my idea. It was always my father's idea that my son he has to become a veterinarian. I want him to become a veterinarian. I want him to become a veterinarian. I always wanted to be a pilot.
You always wanted to be a pilot. Which pilot? Fighter pilot or the commercial pilot?
Commercial pilot.
Commercial
So
pilot.
I used to tell my father that I want to be a pilot. Then he said it's out of my budget. I can't afford that. I tried in South Africa. There's a
School,
university, a school, a college. So my father told me that I tried, but then he said that why don't you try in veterinary, because you are in the field, you are in animals since childhood.
Yeah,
why
because
don't-
it's
then
your
I-
family business.
Then I
kind of.
started, for 2 years I started to realize that this is the thing that I have to do. I have to do. But after 2 years I realized I was preparing for my exams and all. After 2 years, this is the job I want.
Alright. So I saw that you can speak Urdu as well, right? So how did you learn Urdu here? So how was your experience, and did you learn Urdu before coming here? Or?
Yeah, I knew Urdu. I know Urdu, but I prefer to speak English because English is automatic. I mean, I've been speaking since childhood. But Urdu, I have to make up the words. It's difficult for me to make a normal sentence. But for English, it's normal for me. I don't have to think that much. But Urdu is like kind of difficult. And the way I speak only with my friends. And the way friends speak Urdu, it's not good for the camera.
Exactly. What's the most popular dish there in Mauritius, and how's the food here?
In our country, biryani is popular, but the biryani in Mauritius is different from the biryani that
Different in which sense? In what sense?
spice. We have less spice. I mean, the biryani is for me it's tastier, but I think you people won't like it because it's less spicy. And here the food that I ate a lot is kadai,
Kadai, chicken kadai.
and it's very tasty.
How's the weather there in Mauritius? And because I googled and I found that there is something like most of the foreigners came in January, December. So how's the overall weather? Because it's in the ocean, and what's the condition over here? Is there any natural calamity come, like cyclones or things or other stuff like that?
Yeah, we occasionally in summer we do have normally 2 or 3 cyclones, but cyclones with like rainfall, strong wind. But the seasons are we have only 2, summer and winter. 6 months it's summer and 6 months it's winter.
How's
And
the winter over there?
The winter is not that cold. It's a minimum in some hilly areas. We have not hilly, but I mean in the high region, it would be 18 degrees, 18 to 16 degrees. That's the coldest, and the hottest would be 33 to 34 in some places. Yeah, that's all.
So Faizaan, did you like the culture of Uvas? Like the environment here, the friendly people, and of course girls. So
Girls are different, but my main focus is the culture and the societies. We have many societies. I'm not even in one.
right.
I mean, I don't.
Same for me.
I mean, I prefer to stay away from this. I mean, they are doing a great job. I appreciate them, but I don't think it's necessary for me to go into the society. But again, I upload their work and everything. Society, then we have the culture. I think when I came here, I didn't know that this was one of the oldest
Yeah.
veterinary college.
Veterinary college.
When I saw I mean
of Pakistan, I think of India as well. Oldest
I
one.
think in the Asia.
In the Asia, yeah.
Because I read about that. So when I came here, I saw the buildings. Maybe I thought that is how in Pakistan we made the building. Then I saw the library and everything, the way the pharmacology department and everything. Like it's an old, it's
So
one of the
old,
old.
yeah.
And when we first went to the anatomy lecture, I thought
because few months ago I visited the anatomy lecturer. It's completely changed.
now I
It was like-
haven't seen, but when I came
It's like the wooden.
I thought it would be like modern, something like that. I mean, how I was imagining it was totally different. I mean, but it's nice. I had great experiences with them, with the lecturer,
But
the lectures,
now
the
everything
teachers.
is so developed. Every lecture room is now very
Yeah,
good.
we have the Pasha physiology block.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the best lecturer, and the teachers are amazing. There were some teachers when I first came. I mean, I can understand Urdu, but that not that much.
Mm.
So I used to tell the teachers, sir, I'm not understanding this and that, so can you please?
Yeah, because mostly they used to give the lecture in Urdu.
They
as
sometimes
well.
gives in Punjabi, and Punjabi I can't understand
No.
a single word.
Mm.
So the teacher were very, they were very cooperative. But overall, I think Uvas is the best place that I had to come here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Admission in
So,
Uvas.
do you take part in the activities like sports or some other things?
Yeah, I play football.
Uh-huh.
I play football regularly.
Chitaro was also a good player, right?
He was a good player.
Yeah.
Even I am a good player.
I never saw you playing football.
No, but nowadays I'm not playing because I got hurt. I played for 2 or 3 months consecutively.
Uh-huh.
Then I got hurt in football, and I'm alone here. There's no one to take care of me. I have to
What
take care of
happened to
myself.
you?
I was in some guy tackled me and something like that. It's part of the game, but it's okay. I moved on. I have said that I will take a rest. I took a rest of, I think, 1.5 months. Then 1 week ago I went and played football. So football is my main activity. And I did one thing. I had to tell you that cricket. I didn't understand before coming to
Yeah,
Pakistan.
because-
I didn't understand what is cricket. I mean, what is cricket? Someone is throwing the ball and someone is hitting the
Hitting
bat.
with the bat.
But last week with my friends, we went to watch the match. Lahore.
Yeah, I saw your status. You mentioned like Lala
Lala,
and
Lala.
things like that. I don't know that what's because it's
I don't-
there is no one who knew the cricket in the Mauritius.
So
Because Chitaro was totally blanked. So when I saw your status, I was like, wow. How did you?
1 hour 1 hour before the game, I didn't understand cricket. Then there's my friend Asad. We
You
call
went
him
to
Master.
Qaddafi Stadium
Yeah.
to watch the PSL match. It's
Yeah.
between Multan and
Multan Sultans and Lahore Qalandars.
Lahore
And I was
Qalandars.
supporting Multan Sultan because I have one friend, one of
From
my friends.
Multan, right?
His name is Junaid, and he's my best friend. So, and he was enjoying the match with the other guys. We were 18 guys.
Oh,
So I took
all
one.
of your class fellows.
No, 18, not 80, 18.
18,
18.
1-8.
1-8.
So it's all of you are from university.
From university.
Your class, right?
So I went with him. I told him that I don't know this game, man. Teach me. He took me to the corner and we sat, and everything that was happening on the pitch, he was explaining that this is a single run, double run, this is a LBW, and this is how he's going to
So
get out.
what?
After
LBW stands for?
leg before wicket.
Yeah. it's like- So how was your experience watching the first game ever of
Live,
the cricket?
I didn't even know Shahid Afridi. I've heard before, I think in some movie, something like that. But when I went there, everyone was la 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 la.
La, la, la.
La 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 la. I asked my friend, who's that?
You were like La La Land or something like that.
Then they told me that he told me that he's Shahid Afridi, one of the best cricket player. I took my phone out and I started googling. On Wikipedia and everything. I say, wow, he's a great player. Then me and my friends, we decided, because we were on a stand and no one was. He was coming in. I think it was wicket keep fielding. He was doing fielding.
Yeah. He's a
So he
leg
was-
spinner, batsman.
He
of
was
the
at
field.
he was at the boundary, so we decided no one is. I mean, he's not even looking at us. He's looking at the game. No one is screaming Lala. So we decided, we 18 people, we decided that we will scream Lala.
La La.
We will scream Lala and you will look at us. We shouted loudly, Lala. We are here, Lala, Lala.
Did he?
Yeah, he turned and waved at us. It was a good experience.
So overall, now you know the cricket as well, right?
Yeah, understand cricket. I've started watching cricket also.
The PSL. The PSL stands for
Pakistan Super League.
not going slow. Huh? So thank you so much, Faizaan, for today. I hope and I have a dream to come to Mauritius one day.
Inshallah.
Last summer I applied, but unfortunately I didn't get the visa. I will let you know because the embassy over here is not that developed. That's why.
What was the problem actually?
The problem was that they said we only process the tourist visa.
No.
Yeah.
Work visa.
Yeah.
So you could have come on a tourist visa and work, get your
I was about to do that, but they took my passport for like 2 to 3 months, almost 2 months. They didn't reply me. I told them to send me my passport back. I will apply
Mauritius
again.
Embassy?
Yeah, Mauritius Embassy here
It's
in
very bad,
Islamabad. Yeah, exactly. At the end, on the day of my flight, almost
You have already booked? You have already booked your flight?
I almost lost 50,000 Pakistani rupee. because they have a criteria. They said you have to pre-book the
I
flight.
hope you are not judging Mauritius by
No. I'm not, because I know that the Mauritius embassy was not fully developed. They was like, but they have to tell me before, like even
So you could have
2 weeks
gone,
before.
you could have gone to Islamabad and talked to them. I mean,
They were
face to
not
face.
entertaining anyone face to face. They were only replying me on the email and on the phone call. I directly talked to the Mauritius ambassador here. She's a lady. I don't know her name right now. She told me, then explained me everything. But at the 11th hour, I can't do anything at that
So
time.
you lost 50,000.
Yeah, I did. But I have a dream and I will come, because since my childhood, I always go to the Kenya, right? Because since a childhood, I used to watch the documentaries and I love Kenya. One of my top priority. More
Wildlife.
Than, yeah, more than South Africa. I love Kenya. So it's my plan to come to the Kenya, then Mauritius, and I have also planned to go to Seychelles, right?
Yeah,
So
Seychelles. It's
these
near.
are so beautiful countries, and definitely I will come here. So thank you so much, Faizaan, and thank you so much for being a part of my vlog today. So
Welcome.
inshallah,
Pleasure was mine.
see you around.
I hope I will see you, but you're
Yeah.
going, no? Wish you good luck.
Thank you so
everything.
much. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.